couple of things. First of all, obviously Marilyn Monroe. I mean, there's very few people who would say they aren't, even the most casual of Marilyn fans, but it is so well researched, and it goes into, I think, so many people, obviously we just think of her as this bombshell and this sex symbol, and it's important to really look at everything she went through. She had such a fascinating and ultimately tragic life throughout her whole life. I don't know if that many people know that, she grew up in an orphanage and she was abused and had to endure all of these things. She has become such an icon, hence the title. I think I said this the last time we spoke in this way, but I remember years ago going to an art museum in Chicago, and there was this lithograph of Marilyn Monroe, and all it was a red sort of stripe with two bumps and then a black dot, this sort of abstraction of her iconic lips and her beauty spot. And it was beautiful and great, but it also sort of makes you realize, like, oh my God, the power of someone who's become so iconic that a couple of squiggly lines and a dot, can represent them and can represent their entire legacy and can stand for everything, femininity and sex and vulnerability and all the sorts of things. It's just kind of mind-boggling, the sort of fame that she achieved in her life, and then obviously so much more after death. The fact that we're still talking about her, 60 years after she's passed is just insane. So I think it's the podcast is just a beautiful exploration of her real life and what she really went through and what makes her so lovable and so iconic and tragic after all these years, but really also while restoring her humanity